Cinematic giants back from the brink. Old epics roar with renewed energy. For decades, Hollywood has been trapped in an assembly line of endless sequels, serving up everything from Rocky 46 to Jaws 35, one shark struggle with marine adolescence. Almost every movie ever written eventually gets dragged back out for one more victory lap. At the same time, studios are facing a brutal financial reality. Audiences want bigger spectacles, more stars, and imaginative special effects at lower ticket prices, all while budgets keep shrinking and executives chant the same mantra, make it for less. During a recent closed-door summit with all the major studio heads, someone finally pitched a solution that didn't involve rebooting the same franchises until the film sprockets crumbled. The idea was startlingly simple and just unhinged enough to work. If one Oscar-winning script can draw a crowd, imagine the box office frenzy when two proven classics are fused into a single all-new cinematic masterpiece. The result is a fresh wave of hybrid blockbusters built from the films we've loved for decades. Here are 20 exciting new films you can look forward to. The Graduate of Oz trails a freshly minted Ivy League grad who shows up expecting interviews, resumes, and polite rejection emails, only to end up sprinting down the yellow brick road while being hunted by flying monkeys with full union benefits. When a voluptuous, dangerously persuasive stranger leans out of a shimmering doorway offering career guidance, and every signpost in Oz points in 12 conflicting directions, he realizes adulthood is far more terrifying than any witch. It's surreal, frantic, and the only coming-of-age tale where clicking your heels is useless, but running for your life works every time. Rated PG-13 for magical job anxiety and airborne monkey misconduct. Jaws of Arabia hurls you into a desert so vicious the sand practically growls. When a hapless explorer stumbles onto a dune-dwelling shark the size of a commuter train, his only plan is to run, and it fails spectacularly. Camels shriek, sand erupts in every direction, and the world discovers there's something far worse than a shark in the ocean. A shark that doesn't need an ocean at all. Rated PG-13 for predatory sand behavior and startled livestock. Apocalypse South Pacific smashes a gritty war epic into a sun-soaked island musical, leaving the battlefield humming, sweating, and wildly off-key. When a hardened commander discovers his relentlessly cheerful crew intends to sing and tap dance their way through an erupting volcano, he makes the only rational choice: sprint for safety like a man pursued by a brass section. It's chaotic, tropical, and undeniable proof that sometimes the most terrifying thing in war is a chorus line with perfect rhythm. Rated R for volcanic chaos and dangerously enthusiastic choreography. Pulp Fiction on the Roof rockets Tarantino's hitmen into a chaotic village where every resident wields a milk bottle like a weapon and couldn't hit a barn if they tried. When a straightforward job erupts into a rooftop stampede, our suited anti-heroes learn that nothing is deadlier than a furious crowd armed with daring and determination. It's wild, frantic, and the only film where lactose intolerance might actually save your life. Rated PG for dairy-based peril and slippery rooftops. The Shawshank Cabaret bursts into the prison yard with fishnets, jazz hands, and one inmate who never asked for choreography with his sentence. When a well-meaning warden swaps jail cells for a full-blown musical revue, the yard unravels as toughened convicts high-kick, tap, and shimmy their way toward freedom, sometimes straight through a backstage wall. It's gritty, glittery, and the only jailbreak where the master plan is a flawlessly timed dance number. Rated G for family-friendly sequins and minor prison tap. 2001, a Greece odyssey rockets disco first into the cosmos when a funky glitch in the ship's AI turns the entire vessel into a non-stop killer jukebox no one can silence. As vinyl records whirl through zero gravity and the crew harmonizes in full-blown panic, one man must dance, slide, and shimmy his way to the control panel before the beat takes him out entirely. It's cosmic, chaotic, and definitive proof that in space, no one can hear you boogie. Rated PG-13 for rhythmic danger and zero-gravity dance violence. Taxi driver of the opera plunges one shaken cabbie into the dim corridors of a sprawling opera house, where a masked musical madman insists he drive him to destiny through a labyrinth of chandeliers, crumpled sheet music, and pure menace. As eerie arias swirl through the halls and the Phantom grapples with the harsh reality of surge pricing, Our terrified driver discovers this is the only opera where singing won't save you. Running just might. Rated PG-13 for operatic aggression, hostile harmonies, and one extremely unsafe taxi ride. Schindler's West Side Story drops one overwhelmed factory owner into the deadliest choreographed turf battle ever staged, where every snapped finger signals the start of either a dance routine or a full-on brawl. As factory workers clash with street-savvy fighters in a storm of flying kicks, spinning elbows, and weaponized pirouettes, our rattled hero discovers that survival demands rhythm, nimble footwork, and the reflexes to dodge both fists and jazz hands at high velocity. It's dramatic, nerve-wracking, and undeniable proof that the only thing scarier than oppression is a furious dance ensemble closing in with flawless synchronization. Rated PG-13 for intense dance combat, historical chaos, and one severely overworked necktie. 12 Angry Olivers traps one shaking orphan in a claustrophobic jury room where every juror shares the same name, the same scowl, and the same outrage that he dared request more deliberation. As spoons whistle through the air, bowls crash like cannon fire, and tempers simmer hotter than the day's mystery gruel, our bewildered hero realizes this isn't justice. It's a full-blown feeding frenzy conducted under strict parliamentary rules. It's frantic, ravenous, and the only film where the final verdict gets ladled out. Rated PG for excessive gruel agitation and mild utensil violence. Vertigo Christ superstar hurls one disoriented detective through a twisting noir maze, only for him to collide head-on with a blindingly charismatic, Broadway-ready Christ figure who refuses to take no thanks for an answer. As alleyways tilt, swirl, and fold in on themselves, and celestial guidance arrives with the force of a full chorus, our spiraling hero discovers that divine enlightenment can be every bit as terrifying as a Hitchcock plunge. It's surreal, radiant, and the only film where redemption descends with flawless stage lighting. Rated PG-13 for existential whiplash, swirling street hazards, and one extremely dramatic revelation. One Flew Over the Greatest Showman catapults a confused ringmaster into a circus where the performers act less like trained talent and more like escaped patients, improvising acrobatics they definitely weren't cleared for. As confetti cannons misfire into the rafters, strongmen charge around with defibrillators, and the top-hatted staff melts down in synchronized panic. Our rattled hero discovers the only thing more chaotic than a circus is a circus operated by people who absolutely shouldn't be in charge of one. Rated PG-13 for medical mayhem, clown-induced panic, and one extremely unstable three-ring situation. No Country for Old Dream Girls drops a twitchy drifter into a showdown he never trained for. Three unstoppable divas armed with powerhouse vocals and zero tolerance for men with suspiciously styled hair. As a captive bolt gun hums ominously and high heels hit the floor like military hardware, the trio proves they can outrun, outglare, and outsing anyone foolish enough to wander into their shimmering warpath. It's tense, dazzling, and the only thriller where the deadliest weapon is a flawlessly synchronized hair flip. Rated PG-13 for fierce stares, paperwork panic, and diva-level intimidation. The Shape of Water for elephants drops a frazzled circus worker into the most unhinged big top on Earth, where an escaped aquatic romance icon instantly decides he's the soulmate it's been searching for across oceans, continents, and questionable plot lines. As elephants thunder through the tents, ringmasters topple over in sheer disbelief, and spectators re-evaluate their life choices in real time. Our panicked hero sprints to escape a love story that absolutely should have remained underwater. It's frantic, slippery, and the only movie where interspecies longing battles circus chaos for the spotlight. Rated PG-13 for aquatic affection, startled pachyderms, and one extremely determined fishman. The artist of Ozark County drops a refined, silent film icon into pure backwoods mayhem after one wrong hallway at an awards gala shoots him straight into a barn dance where banjos rule and gravity is treated like a loose suggestion. As lanterns sway, chairs take flight, and a baffled family band keeps strumming through the airborne pandemonium, our elegant hero learns that the Ozarks have their own brand of artistic critique. It's lively, frantic, and the only movie where a man delivers his greatest performance while hanging upside down. Rated PG for airborne aristocrats, startled banjo players, and mild barnyard mayhem. Ben-Hur on the town hurls a battle-tested Roman charioteer into the neon frenzy of a sailor-soaked night on the town, where ancient grit crashes headlong into mid-century Broadway buzz. When three hyperactive sailors mistake his chariot for the hottest ride in Manhattan and pile on like they're flagging down a mythological taxi, our panicked hero learns that dodging Times Square crowds is tougher than surviving a wheel collapse while everyone around him bursts into song. It's fizzy, frantic, and the only musical epic where sandals, sailors, and show tunes combine into a runaway storm of unstoppable momentum. Rated PG-13 for slapstick peril, nautical enthusiasm, and historically inaccurate footwear safety. The Bridge on the River Oklahoma mashes a grim war saga into a rousing frontier musical, forging the only prison break ever fueled by sheer, uncontrollable choreography. As soldiers, farmers, and wildly eager townsfolk burst into a frantic conga line across a crumbling bridge, our bewildered hero realizes his survival may depend less on courage and more on staying on rhythm before the whole structure drops. It's dusty, unruly, and the only movie where a military march can morph into a hoedown with zero warning. Rated PG-13 for structural instability, unexpected square dancing, and one dangerously enthusiastic pioneer woman. Patton meets Annie Get Your Gun unleashes a rip-roaring battlefield spectacle where Broadway flair smashes straight into military discipline, forcing General George S. Patton to dodge bullets, big notes, and a sharpshooting whirlwind who treats target practice like tap dancing with live ammo. As Annie Oakley storms the camp with a grin and a gunslinger's swagger, soldiers scatter, brass bands choke mid-march, and Patton starts wondering whether Valor medals cover surviving a one-woman musical cyclone. It's dusty, chaotic, and the only movie where precision shooting and precision drilling collide in absolute, glorious disarray. Rated PG-13 for frontier gunplay, tactical humiliation, and one extremely enthusiastic cowgirl. Slumdog Holiday tosses Cosmo Kramer, newly crowned quiz show champion, into a whirlwind beach paradise where every step triggers a dance break, every clue comes wrapped in mischief, and every local seems determined to sing him into solving a sunlit mystery he never meant to uncover. As palm trees sway, conga lines erupt without warning, and the past he thought he outran splashes back to shore, Kramer stumbles through paradise with the grace of a man who absolutely did not expect choreography with his destiny. Rated PG-13 for emotionally hazardous dance numbers and one coconut-related incident. Amadeus's million-dollar baby centers on a worn 80-year-old boxing trainer who discovers a young fighter whose punches crack like thunder while her Mozart sonatas shimmer with something almost divine. As crowds swell, whispers of legend drift through the gym, and the air vibrates with the intertwined rhythm of gloves and piano keys, he comes to understand that destiny can rise again when genius arrives in two astonishing forms. Rated PG-13 for intense boxing sequences and one reference to a left hook capable of waking Mozart from the grave. The Hurt Locker Boys detonates into chaos as Staff Sergeant William James blunders through a bomb disposal mission, hijacked by a mob of jubilant, high-kicking newsboys who turn the desert into a full-blown Broadway meltdown. Sand whips through the air, sweat flies, tap shoes thunder, and live wires crackle while dancers scatter newspapers dangerously close to a glowing explosive, leaving nearby soldiers frozen in stunned horror beneath the scorching sun. Rated PG-13 for dangerously enthusiastic choreography, explosive tap numbers, and one ill-timed lunchbox incident.